my name's Karen and I'm one of the midwives working at My Expert Midwife, and this is my colleague.
So I'm Lesley, I'm the co-founder and midwife at My Expert Midwife.
And today what we want to do is talk a little bit more about breastfeeding. This is the second video in a series of 5 breastfeeding videos that we've got, and we will just want to do a bit of myth busting around breastfeeding. So another thing that women don't know much about is hand expressing. So we're just going to go through what hand expressing is and how to do it.
So hand expressing, it's a skill that you learn, and it's literally your hand, and it's using your hand to express the milk from your breast. Now it's easier if you try and learn this during your pregnancy. And for most women, but do check with your midwife first, for most women you can start this from around about 37 weeks of pregnancy, and you can store that colostrum as well. Now we've got a video that's going to come up shortly that's going to show you how to do hand expressing, but really what you want to do is take the milk from your breast. You're squeezing that colostrum out from your breast initially, and then as your milk comes in, you're actually expressing breast milk, and you can either give it by a syringe or a cup, or later on a bottle.
But I think women often wonder, don't they, Lesley, about why should they do this and why should they prepare. So it could be for all sorts of different reasons, and it can be really, really helpful for your baby, but also for you. So for your baby, if you say develop gestational diabetes, or you have a baby that perhaps has low sugars when it's born, this milk is just so helpful if you've stored it, and you can bring it into hospital for your baby. Also, you might have a baby that's really reluctant to feed, because sometimes you have a long labour, your baby might be a bit sleepy, and it just buys you that little bit of extra time towards when your milk comes in, and having breastfeeding getting established properly.
And awake, vigorous babies are much easier to breastfeed, aren't they? Rather than trying to force a baby that's really tired onto
and the baby
breast.
will become more awake eventually, but just those first couple of days, it just might come in really handy for you. It's also really good for you if you start to get really engorged breasts, so they're like hurting or they're really hard, and you just want to take that little bit of milk off just to relieve that pressure.
And sometimes it's hard for the babies, especially those babies with smaller mouths, to actually be able to latch properly. So you find if you've got engorged breasts, you might have a little bit of nipple pain as well, and you've probably been advised just to express off just that initial amount of milk just to soften the breast slightly. So it's perfect for that, and it is a really good skill to learn.
Yeah, it might also come in handy if you ever develop something called mastitis, and that will help you just to be able to get the milk down from the breast, and just to get to know your breasts a little bit better, and to be able to express that milk off. Also, storing your milk, obviously it can be stored in the fridge for about 24 hours, is it?
Yeah.
24 hours, isn't it, in the fridge?
It can even sit out for up to 6 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if you're pumping and then maybe going out, and you know that baby's going to need to feed in 3 hours, then you don't have to, but it's always going to be, there's going to be less bugs around if you put it into the fridge, and even less than that if you put it into the freezer and store it.
Yeah, and then obviously once you've got your milk in the freezer, you can then, if you're going to have a hospital birth, you can take those stored syringes, which are similar to these here, little syringes, sterile syringes. Store your milk in there, and then you can take all of those in a suitable transporter to hospital to use when you need them.
Your midwife will be able to give you more information during pregnancy about the colostrum harvesting in pregnancy. Some of them will even be able to give you a kit which includes all the syringes and a freezer bag and things, and give you information on what details of yours that you need to put on that bag as well. So we're now going to show you a video, it's an animation on how to hand express.
Babies find closeness to you comforting, and this also helps with milk production. Hand expressing can also help to encourage your baby to latch on, and you can drip this directly onto your baby's lips. Start with placing a warm flannel over your breast to help start the production of milk. Place your thumb and forefinger either side of your breast, just behind the nipple, where your milk ducts are. Squeeze your thumb and forefinger together until you see a drop of milk, and then relax and immediately squeeze again. You can express for a few minutes on each breast.
So thanks for watching. If you want to comment below on any topics regarding pregnancy, baby, childbirth, anything like that you think we could answer, then just put your comments down below. Subscribe to the channel and like us if you liked us.